What is up, my beautiful friends? TJ here with another episode. Today we're going to be looking at where to buy liquidation pallets. I know I've made the video a couple times, but I want to do a more up-to-date video and kind of go in depth to the pallet liquidation websites. Gosh, that was hard to say. I want to get into the websites where you can actually go and buy a liquidation pallet today. If you don't have a pallet shop close to you, I'm only doing this because somebody asked me to, and it was easier for me to make a video than write a comment. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start on Liquidation.com. This is one that we have purchased from quite a bit from in the past. We haven't really purchased from there very recently, but we are planning on making some more purchases from Liquidation.com. But I want to go in here and show you the website and show you kind of what to look for on the Liquidation.com website. So let's zoom in a little bit because my eyes are not good. Here we go. All right, so on the main website, you can go onto this website. It's Liquidation.com, literally just Liquidation.com. There's nothing else to type into it. You make a profile. They may ask you for a reseller certificate or a resale certificate or something along those lines. So they do not have to collect and remit sales tax. I do have a video all about sales tax if you want to know anything about that. I have a video about that on my page, but we're going to get into the website itself. So basically this is a bid site. So you do have to bid for the pallets that you want to purchase. So it doesn't mean you can't come on here and just buy a pallet for 500, 600 bucks. You've got to bid for those pallets. There's a couple things that you need to look for when you're on this pallet. So I'm going to try to slow down a little bit because I know sometimes I talk fast. That's just how it is. That's how I am. These are the things you need to look for on this site. So first of all, a lot of times they will have a photo of the pallet. Sometimes the photo is not like the best photo. Like these photos, they show you some stuff. You can see, you know, that there's a MacBook Air, there's a Magic Mouse in there, there's some sort of GE Force RTX. I don't know what that is or how much that goes for. And then it has a picture of a Ultra Apple Watch, some kind of GoPro, and then that's pretty much it. But they do have a manifest. Now, sometimes the manifest does not have all of the items listed in it. So I haven't clicked on this yet, so I don't know exactly what it's going to show me. This is where you will view that manifest right here. It says view manifest. You will click on that or you can download it. So we'll go back to that here in just a minute. Liquidation Pallet shows that it's a manifested, so it does have a manifest, electronics pallet, Apple, GoPro, estimated MSRP $16,927. So allegedly it has almost $17,000 worth of stuff on this pallet. This one does close in 1 day and 17 hours. If you want to go bid on this one, you're more than welcome to. I'm trying to put this video out hopefully tonight, maybe, and maybe you'll be able to get this pallet before it ends. But the current bid is at $1,050. Minimum bid is $1,100 right now. So if I want to bid on it, I would have to pay $1,100 or I have to bid $1,100 to be the winning bidder. A couple things down here to look at is you can find the location of the pallet. This pallet is actually somewhere in Texas. It does have the seller. These are returns, which means that these items have been sent to a customer and the customer returned it. So you don't know what the condition is. If it's an Apple product, you don't know if it is password locked. There's a lot of things with returns that you need to be kind of up to date on or what to expect. Your expectations need to be very low when you're buying return pallets, just because, you know, it could have anything in it. Now, we have made some videos about return pallets from Liquidation.com. If you want to see those, make sure you go check out our pallet jacking channel. And we have all kind of unboxings on there from Liquidation.com. All right, then the next thing is you got to look at the shipping. So shipping is, y'all know shipping is expensive as hell. So you really need to look at what the shipping is. This pallet is 180 pounds. So that tells me that this is not like a case. It's on a pallet and it is kind of heavy. So 180 pounds is how much it's going to be. So you can click on this little button right here that says get a quote. And what it actually will do is you can put your zip code in and it will give you a calculation of what the shipping could potentially be. Most of the time, this has been pretty accurate. So right now it's showing that the shipping cost will be $296. Plus $40 if it's going to a residence. So if it's not going to like a business, then it's going to be extra $40. And if you do not have a loading dock, they're going to charge you $40 extra for a lift gate. So lift gate is what they use to put the pallet on and to lift it down to the street so you can actually, you know, get the pallet. We've tried to get those off with that one. It's very difficult. So what I do is I always look at this price right here and I say, okay, so what's the maximum that I want to bid for this liquidation pallet? plus the shipping. And there's also another fee that we'll talk about here in just a minute. But so let's just keep that in mind. $300 is what the shipping cost is going to be. So also when we keep on going down here, you will see that there's 34 items in this lot. Now there is a quantity variance of 2%, so it's plus or minus the 2% of items. So it could have 36, 37 items in it, whatever. I don't know what 2% is. 2% of 34 is probably not like one item. So it could have 35 items in it. It could have 33 items in it. So there is a little bit of a variance with the amount of items that is in this box. Also, you don't know what's in the box. We'll look at the manifest here in just a second, but you literally don't know what's inside of the box until you look at the manifest, if it has a manifest. Also, you have to pay a buyer's premium. So the buyer's premium is the standard auctioneering fee that helps cover the costs associated with sourcing the products, marketing, running the auction, blah, 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 all this other stuff. So it is going to be an additional 11% of what you bid on this item for the total cost. So we're just going to go around numbers because I don't feel like doing math right now. So if you pay $1,000 for this pallet, you will have to pay 11% of that $1,000. I believe it's just of the actual price that the item went for. So 11% of the item. So that's going to push your price up to what, $1,111, something like that. 11. So now we're at $1,100 plus. You got to pay $300 for the shipping. So $300 plus $1,100. So you're looking at $1,400 for $1,000 pallet. So there's going to be additional costs to the price that you win this item for. If you win it for $1,000, you're going to be paying, $1,500 for this item. Now, I believe Liquidation.com does require you to have a resale certificate, so they don't have to collect and remit sales tax. But if they don't, you will also have to pay taxes on top of this this price. All right, so I know that was a lot, but we're going to get into the manifest just to kind of see what it has on the manifest itself. All right, so looking at this manifest right now, you can see that it shows that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Apple iPhones assorted, whatever, I don't know. So that could be 11 Apple iPhones. I'm not sure exactly if that's what's going to be in here, but that's what it says. It could be anything, to be honest with you. A lot of times they put this Apple whatever products and it's like any kind of Apple random product. This one does specifically say Apple iPhone, so there could be 11 Apple iPhones in here that's valued at almost $1,100. Who knows? It also has some sort of Asus gaming monitor that has a retail value of $1. That's not correct, so that's already a kind of a discrepancy on here. Also, it's got a GoPro Max, which is retail valued at about $500. Apple TV remote at $60. They got 4 of those. Apple Watch Ultra with the $700. Some graphics cards that are about $350 a piece, 4 of them. Some Apple accessories at $80, 10 of them. They could be, like I said, anything. And then it's got 2 assorted laptops. We did see from the photo that one of the laptops is a MacBook Air, allegedly. So you've got to, it's kind of, you're playing chess right now because you don't necessarily know what these items are in here. I don't see any iPhones in the photo, but also I'm only seeing the top part of the box. You don't know exactly what's on the inside of it. So this pallet does say that it has 11 Apple iPhones in it, and it may have. I don't know. Who knows? But right now, like I said, the bid is at $1,100. I think it's still going to be a good deal if you get this because, if it does have those iPhones in there, that's going to be a really huge score. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about direct liquidation. This is one that we haven't personally purchased from before, but we have seen a lot of people purchase from these places and have done unboxings from them as well. But I just want to kind of go over the website with you so you can kind of see what's going on. DirectLiquidation.com, that's the website. They used to have programs like with Walmart, Best Buy, a lot of the large name places. They probably still do. Right now I'm seeing Walmart and this Canadian retailer. I did click on the electronics because I like buying electronics, just to be honest with you. But they do have different categories of stuff that you can purchase on this website. So we can kind of go down through here. This one is kind of the same, but it's a little bit different because you can buy it now and also you can bid on these. So some of them, they have bids. So like this one right here, it's a Walmart pallet. It has 304 pieces in it, and the bid ends in 21 hours, but it's currently right now $750. It looks like the MSRP is about $10,000 for this pallet. So this could be a really good pallet. I don't like buying Walmart electronics, but you can do whatever you want to with your business. But this one right here is a flash sale, 304 pieces. So what scares me immediately from this is that it says cases. I don't like getting cases because you could have, out of the 300 pieces, there could be 100 cases in here. You never know. But it looks like it does have some other stuff in here. They do have a photo of the pallet. So this is an actual photo of what pallet you will be actually getting. Like I said, you can go in here and bid, and then we can do a shipping estimator. So let's see what the shipping is going to be to my location. All right, so shipping is going to be kind of relatively the same as what it was of the last pallet, so about $300 if I am shipping to a residential address, and I also need a lift gate for my thing. So make sure you know what you need and make sure you are choosing what you actually have. So if it's coming to your house, you will have to pay those additional fees for the lift gate and also the shipping to a residential address. Okay, so as you can see, also, this is coming from Fort Worth, Texas. It actually may be coming from the same place that some of these other ones are coming from like Liquidation.com. You never know. It does have the MSRP, and it also does have the manifest. So you should be able to download the manifest and look at the items that's on the pallet. We'll open it up just to see what is on this pallet. Okay, it's got a bunch of stuff, a lot of items. It says 300 and whatever items here. So all right, so we can kind of see the manifest here, and you can see some of the items that's on the manifest. It looks like it has the item itself, and then also has the what it is, like the manufacturer, the category, and I'm sure it has an MSRP somewhere over here. There you go. It has a quantity, the retail price, and then also the retail price of how many you got in the pallet. So say for instance, this item right here, you have 15 of them. They're $13 a piece, and that's a total of $194 just for that group of items. So you can go through here and you can look at the manifest and see what's supposed to be on this pallet. My experience with manifest is that it's hit or miss. Sometimes the manifest is really super accurate. Sometimes the manifest is, kind of accurate. Sometimes the manifest is not accurate at all. Sometimes they literally have one line and it says assorted electronic products, and then it's kind of a mystery on what you're going to get. Most of the time the manifest does have all the items that is on this pallet inside of the manifest. So you can go through here and look and see what it is, see if it's going to be something good for your business. All right, so that's pretty much it with direct liquidation. Now, I don't know if direct liquidation requires you to have a resale certificate. Like I said, a lot of these online retailers do require you to have a resale certificate because they just don't want to deal with sending taxes in and all that kind of stuff. They like to just sell it to you for the price that it is plus the shipping. All right, next up we have Via Trading. So this is a place we also have not purchased from, but they do have miscellaneous things like truckloads, they have pallets, and they also have what they call like case lots. So these are going to be lots of things that sometimes are going to be like multiples of the same thing. So it may be 120 of something of the same item. We'll kind of go through here and look and see what those items are. But they do a really good job of telling you and explaining to you what the categories of items are. So like this one I'm looking at right now is shelf pulls, which means that these items are items that were on the shelf. They pulled all of them off of the shelf. Most of the time it's at the end of the season when they're going to get a new version of that same product. They'll pull all of the old ones off and they'll sell them in these manifested case lots. So as you can see on the Via Trading website, they do have all of just like a list of all the ones that they have available. They let you know if it's manifested or not manifested, and you can also see the location of them. Via Trading is located in LA, California. So that's kind of a gauge of how much the shipping cost is going to be, because we'll get into the shipping cost in just a minute. But you can get things like cases and pallets. Cases are going to be a lot cheaper for you to get because, obviously the shipping is not going to be as expensive because the boxes are going to be a lot lighter. Anything that's shipped on the pallet, you're going to look at like $200-300 for the shipping. This is how it is. Unless you get multiple shipments, a lot of times that shipping cost is going to be high just for one pallet. So Via Trading does allow you to look at the manifest for the items that do, or for the boxes that do have a manifested load. So you can click on the word manifest and it pulls up the items. It says that this case right here has 17 items valued at $1,600, and the price is $647. You can kind of go down through here and see what those items are. The most expensive item in this one is a Netgear C7000. I've never heard of that before, but I'm assuming it's like some kind of like Wi-Fi router or something like that. But you don't know what the condition of these items are. That's the big thing with buying returns, is that you don't know what the condition of them is. Now these actually may be shelf pulls, which means let's look at it. Let's look and see what these are. Okay, so yeah, so these are shelf pulls. So that's a really good indication that these items are going to be untouched. That means that they're not, shelf pulls mean that these items have not been used by a customer. They've been on the shelf, they pulled them, and they're probably clean, and you know, they may have some shelf wear on them, but these items are generally clean, have all the accessories with them, never been touched. Really good price actually if you're looking at how much these are. So a lot of times when you get shelf pulls or like new items, those are going to have a higher cost per item, just simply because you don't have to deal with, you know, stuff that needs to be tested, or you need to make sure the accessories and stuff is in there. You'll know that these are going to be pretty much in good condition because they are shelf pulls. So like I said, Via Trading has pallets, they have cases, they have boxes, they have all kind of different stuff you can see up here at the top. Definitely go to their website and check them out. Like I said, I've never used them before, but they do have a pretty cool Instagram page. They make some funny reels and stuff like that. So there are actual people behind this company, and I think that they're pretty good to work with. I've seen people purchase from them on YouTube. So I'm going to say that this is probably a good place to buy from. I've never, like I said, I've never purchased from them before. It'd be like that sometime. All right, the next store we're going to talk about is 888 Lot. So we have purchased a lot from 888 Lots. 888 Lots is not necessarily for like the traditional pallets that you would normally get. A lot of these are lots of items. Sometimes they do come on the pallet because they're like large boxes. Sometimes they just come as boxes. So right now I'm looking in the electronic category, and you can see they have a couple of these. So they have 2 electronic boxes for $547, and it tells you how many units is in there. This one has 47 units. It's $11 per unit. It's really good to know how much you're paying per item, just for resellability, you know. So we sell a lot of stuff on Whatnot and on eBay. On eBay, we can get a lot higher prices for a lot of items. On Whatnot, sometimes that price per item is a lot lower, but we can sell stuff a lot faster. So you just need to know, it's all about how you're selling your items, you know, the price per item. So one of the good things that I like about 888 Lots is that you can negotiate the price. So you can send them a negotiated price for this item. Some of the items, they are pretty set on the prices. Some of them they're a little bit flexible on. So this one you may say, well, I only want to pay $450 for this item. You can send them that offer, and then they can either accept or reject, or send you another offer from that. But these items, most of the time that you get from 888 Lots, maybe even all the time, are most of the time brand new. Sometimes they're damaged. I think they have a damaged category, but most of the items on here are brand new. So you can see right now, this is 47 brand new items. It's 2 boxes. The shipping cost is $24. That's another good thing about 888 Lots, is that the shipping is always pretty good. We've gotten like 4 electronic boxes, and our shipping was like $75. So it's not that much, because they're not on pallets, so it's not freight shipping. So they get a huge discount on the shipping cost. So if you can see right now, 888 Lots also shows you what the Amazon price is for the items. So you can go down through here, and it actually shows you, especially if you're an Amazon seller, it shows you the ASIN, it shows you the UPC, it also shows you the MSRP and what it's actually selling for on Amazon right now. So especially if you're going to be sending stuff into Amazon, you can really go to this website and order stuff and just have quick shipments to Amazon and like fluff up your Amazon store. We never did this, because what I found with a lot of these items is some of the items are on Amazon, but some of them aren't on Amazon. They were on Amazon and they've been liquidated. So you would have to start a new listing, or you would have to add your item to that listing, and you're the only person on that listing. And sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do because of the chain of custody, and just Amazon is kind of a weird space to be. But I will say that you can get a lot of good items from 888 Lots. You have to go through here. They've got all different kind of categories: household, bathroom, tools, electronics, any and everything that you can think. All of the categories that you normally would buy stuff from, they do have on 888 Lots. Like I said, the shipping is reasonable. So right now you're looking at this right here, it's $547. The shipping is $24 on that. So you're going to be under $600 for this right now, and you're going to be getting a lot of items to your door pretty quickly because you don't have to wait on freight shipping. So this is another company that we have worked with in the past before. It's called QuickLast. Some people have had bad experiences with QuickLast. We had mostly good experiences with QuickLast, but I know that was many years ago. So I don't know, it could have changed between now and then. But QuickLast allows you to buy pallets, and I think they also have boxes that you can buy of stuff. They have closeouts that you can go. We're gonna look at the pallets right now, just because I know a lot of people want to see about liquidation pallets. So right now you can see this is a pallet. This is like a normal pallet that you would normally buy from any local liquidation pallet shop. But this one is $718, and then you also obviously have to pay the shipping on that. We'll go and look at the shipping in here in just a minute, but it has 77 items on it. It's a huge mix of general merchandise, some apparel, overstock and returns. Overstock is going to be items that are brand new, that's just never been out on the sales floor. Returns are going to be items that have been shipped to a customer and returned back. So it does say that they're clean and neat in condition. So hopefully it's not a lot of boxes that's missing stuff, or open boxes, or boxes that have the shipping label cut out of them. A lot of liquidation has that kind of stuff. They do also give you a manifest, but you do have to request that from Google Sheets. So I don't know if that's just because I haven't signed into his website in a while, but it looks like you have an extra step to get to the manifest. So it could be, maybe difficult to get access to the manifest. I'm not sure. But this pallet right here is selling for $718. And the value is $3,200. So it's pretty good to be able to see kind of what your profitability will be if all those items are in good condition. And then also, obviously you got to pay the shipping. Probably the shipping cost is going to be relatively the same. You can also pick up the pallets from QuickLots if you are in the area. I believe QuickLots is in Shelby, North Carolina. So if you're in Shelby, North Carolina, you can go and pick them up from the QuickLots store. I think they have a bin store in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But looking at the shipping, let's look and see what the shipping is going to be. All right, so actually not too bad. This pallet right here will be $50 to ship to my address. Now I'm in Tennessee, so it's not that far from North Carolina. Obviously, if you're in California, it's probably going to be a lot further. A lot of the pallet stores that sell online are in Texas and California, so shipping to me is going to be quite expensive. Like we have bulk that's in Tennessee, and then also QuickLots, like I said, in North Carolina. But $50 for shipping is not too bad for a liquidation pallet. All right, last but not least is a website called SimpleLot. So this one is not necessarily for liquidation pallets, but it is for lots of things. So lots of piles of stuff that you can get. A lot of times it's going to be the same item, multiples of the same item. So you can look on here and see what they have. They have these earbuds, they want you to make an offer for them. Also, what's good about SimpleLot is you as a seller can sell things on SimpleLot. So if you have lots of things, like if you were to buy a bunch of one item and you couldn't get rid of them, or you couldn't sell them on eBay, or whatever the case may be, you can actually sell your lots on SimpleLot. But they do have some really good items on here that you can purchase if you want to have some stuff just to stock up your store, or if you like a particular type of item and you want to get a lot of that. We have ordered things like the pop sockets before. We ordered like 150 pop sockets from this website, and they was really good. They were low cost. I think we paid like $1 a piece for them, and we were selling them on eBay store for about $7 or $8. But what it did was it allowed us to it really spurred our store with sales. So we was able to get a low cost item for us, and then people were getting a good deal, but it was spurring a lot of sales, and it made our store really active. So we were selling other items. So this is just a website, kind of to keep in your back pocket if you want to get some quick inventory that's not going to break the bank. Okay, I know that was a lot, but I wanted to show you all of the places that I have purchased from, and also some places that I knew about to buy liquidation pallets. I know there's probably gonna be some more questions about it. Make sure you leave those questions down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer those questions with the comment, if not with the video. If you have a question about any of these places, like I said, we have done unboxings on this channel and also on our pallet jacking channel. If you want to see those unboxings of items that we actually got from some of these liquidation sites that I just showed you. If you want to check out the website to find a liquidation pallet store near you, make sure you check out this video because I'll show you exactly how to find those liquidation pallet houses that are close to you. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Also, hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever I release new videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.